Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's recipe, I wanted to do a beef and spinach, which is a family favorite. So here I have some beef that I've sliced very thinly, and I'm going to be adding some pepper and salt. So the marinade for this is super simple. It's just salt, pepper, soy sauce, and a little bit of cornstarch. So you can use any kind of soy sauce. So I'm just doing a little bit of this regular soy sauce, so about a teaspoon, I would say, and a half. You can do less, you can do more. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit of cornstarch, and this is just to kind of, when I pan sear it, to make it a little bit more crispy. And we're just going to give this a really good mix. So you can use a glove, use your hands, whatever, and just mix it up so you can get all of that marinade nicely coated. And then the other thing we need for this recipe is some ginger and garlic. So I'm just going to be slicing up some ginger and garlic. So now I have my meat that's been sitting in my refrigerator for about an hour or two, and then I have some spinach here. You can use bok choy or any kind of green you really like, but spinach is a good option. So I have my ginger and my garlic, some oil for pan frying, and then just a little bit more soy sauce. And so I'm just going to heat up my pan here, and so I'm using sunflower oil. You can use whatever oil you like. I'm going to do about 3 tablespoons of this oil, and we're just trying to get a nice crispy texture on the meat. So we're just going to get it really nice and hot, and then throw our meat in there so it can sizzle right when it hits the oil. And then we're just looking for a really quick fry. So once the meat starts to brown on one side, I'm just going to be adding just a little bit of garlic. We're going to add more of the garlic later on. And so I'm just going to give this a nice saute. And as you can see, the other side has browned up really nicely. So you just want to get the meat really brown on both sides. If you want it more crispy, you can leave it in the oil a little bit longer, but that's completely your preference. If you want your meat a little bit softer, just a quick sear on both sides is perfect. So once the meat has completely browned, what we're going to do is we're just going to remove it from the heat and just put it in a separate bowl. So here's the meat, I've just set it aside, and then to my pot I'm going to be adding some ginger, garlic, and I'm going to add some chopped white onion. The onions are completely optional and they're not in the original recipe that I got from my mom, but I like onions, so I decided to add it. So I'm just going to let the onions brown slightly, and I'm going to add a little bit of red chili flakes just for an added kick. Again, the onions and the chili flakes are completely optional, but this is just what I prefer. So as you can see, the onions are starting to brown, so I'm going to throw in all of my spinach. Spinach obviously wilts, so you can add a large amount, and it's definitely going to reduce with the heat while you're cooking. You just want to make sure to be mixing the spinach in so that the ones at the top get the same even cook as the ones at the bottom. So just keep mixing it in until all of the spinach is wilted. So now we're just going to be adding our meat back into the pan, and we're just going to give it a good mix. I'm just going to throw in a tiny splash of soy sauce just to flavor the spinach, because the meat is already super flavored, but just to give it another dimension of flavor. And that's pretty much it. That was so simple, so easy, and it's going to be such a favorite in your family. And I really hope that if you enjoyed this video, you subscribe to my channel, and I will be posting more recipes very soon. Have a great day. Bye!